Ever hit submit on an expense report only to realize you accidentally included a personal coffee or a duplicate receipt? Or maybe your company policy changed, and suddenly that client lunch from last week isn't reimbursable anymore? If you're an Expensify user, the immediate question that pops into your head is probably, can I just delete this thing? It's a common scenario, and the answer isn't always a straightforward yes or no because Expensify is designed with a robust audit trail in mind. They prioritize accuracy and accountability, which means simply vanishing an expense isn't always an option, depending on its status. Think of it like this: once an expense starts its journey through the approval process, it leaves a digital footprint that's meant to be preserved. Let's break it down by the different stages an expense can be in. If an expense is still in your unreported section, meaning it hasn't been added to a report yet, you generally have the most flexibility. You can absolutely delete it. Just navigate to the expense, click on it, and you should see an option to delete. It's like having something in your shopping cart online. You can remove it before you check out. This is the ideal scenario for fixing those immediate oops moments. However, once an expense has been added to a report, things get a little more nuanced. If the report itself is still in a draft state, meaning it hasn't been submitted for approval yet, you might still be able to remove the expense from that report. This isn't the same as deleting it entirely from Expensify. Rather, you're just taking it off that specific report. The expense will then go back to your unreported section, where you can then choose to delete it permanently if needed. This is useful if you're building a report and decide a particular expense doesn't belong there after all. The real challenge comes when an expense report has been submitted, approved, or reimbursed. At this point, Expensify's audit trail kicks in with full force. You generally cannot simply delete an expense that's part of a submitted or approved report. Why? Because the system needs to maintain a complete record of what was submitted, what was approved, and what was paid out. Imagine the chaos if expenses could just disappear after reimbursement. This is crucial for financial transparency and compliance. So, what are your options if an expense has gone past the point of simple deletion? You have a couple of routes. The most common solution is to unsubmit the report, if that option is available to you. It often depends on your company's Expensify configuration and your role. Once unsubmitted, the report goes back to a draft state, and you can then remove the problematic expense from it. Again, the expense will return to your unreported section, allowing you to delete it if necessary. If unsubmission isn't an option, or if the expense has already been reimbursed, you'll likely need to work with your company's Expensify administrator or finance team. They have higher-level permissions and can often make adjustments or provide guidance on how to handle the situation, which might involve creating an offsetting adjustment or a negative expense to reconcile the record. It's all about maintaining that accurate financial picture. While Expensify prioritizes a robust audit trail, you do have options for managing and, in certain stages, deleting expenses. It just depends on where that expense is in its life cycle. Understanding these stages will save you a lot of headaches and help you manage your expenses more efficiently. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.